Hello survivors, welcome back to another Orcs Must Die Deathtrap video. Today we are going to be running a boss map. We've got the War Mage Museum at night. We currently got a couple of things with the web slinger. We're trying to do it, but mostly going for organic traps only over here, as you can see. And the thread that makes this quite interesting is this one over here. So beehives explode for 200 damage when they land. We just gotta hope that there's two ways we can do this. One is to just survive. We've done it so that the boss can, spawn as many skeletons as he wants. Hopefully we'll do enough damage to defeat them. We are doing this on 0 difficulty, so it should be fine. And we are playing on Gabriella as well, so we actually do a whack ton of... Oh my goodness, okay. That was like... that felt like it was just unfair damage, so... When you're playing on difficulty 1 with Gabriella, that just solidifies the fact that you're going to one-shot a boss. Oh my goodness, I did not expect that damage. So we'll just wait for him. He can do whatever he wants, doesn't matter. There is only one wave when you're playing on a boss realm, so we don't have to worry about that. All we have to worry about is actually surviving. We'll get ourselves some coin, and we don't even need to worry about it because he decided to spawn himself right here next to us. So GG to you, Mr. Bone Lord. I remember the very first time I fought against him and we were just so weak. Extra weak actually. And now you can see organic maps only, absolutely destroying the Bone Zone. Bone Zone, the Bone Lord. And we're still gonna absolutely destroy the rest of this map. We do have a couple of briar traps down as well that we don't really have to worry about. The most important thing though was just riddling the floor with poison traps. We do have a thread that makes it so that there's a chance that they are going to attack twice as well. And then I think the beehive trap was also something very, very important to play with as well. But besides for those, I really wanted to see what would happen. There is a thread I'm still looking for, which we'll show you in a future video, but this one was a little bit of a quick one. Just to muck about. We'll do a second round after this just to show you. Maybe we'll get a really cool map to play on. But for what it's worth, this map is very easy for organic traps, as you can see. We do have flyers, in fact, attacking our structure, sadly. Get away from my rift, you flyers. So we only lost 1 point there. That is a nice thing about this type of map. There we go. Deal with you, and you're the last enemy. Alright, so we only lost 3 points there, or 2 points there, and it was an organic only trap, although there's still a couple of enemies over here that we have to deal with. But let's just go and defeat them using our arcane magic. Deal with this guy first, there we go. We can one-shot him from behind. Where's this last enemy? Somewhere around this side. Doesn't really matter too much anyway. It's gonna end up being destroyed regardless. Hello? Oh, it's upstairs. That's weird. Alright, there we go. Done and dusted. Easy peasy. The Bone Lord Zadzik done with organic traps only. But that wasn't the point of this. We're actually waiting to try and get something else. But while we're waiting for it, we are going to do another round of organic traps only. And if we find what we are looking for, we will swap that. We did do it there because we didn't really want to play with the other options we got. So I thought we'd do that. But now we get to see the brand new level, the unrestricted section, which I haven't shown you guys just yet because we haven't been able to find it. until, well, we have found it, but not on video, and we get to find it now. So we're going to show you guys. This one's quite a fun one. Also really good for, again, organic traps. It's got really high ceiling trap spaces, as well as some low ones over here, which we're going to be using. So we actually stop enemies from coming this way. So now they're forced to go around like so, which also allows us to put down some briar traps. I'm hoping to get these can be put on the wall, because that means we can grow the briar trap quite a lot with this. But we need to put it in a place where they're going to run a lot, and that one place where they're going to probably run the most is going to be right there. And then we are going to stop them from running in any other direction except for around here. So they have to run in this direction, and we can then make them do a whole bunch of different things that we want them to do by adding different, points here. So we don't want them to go this way, and we can get them to go around here all the way to the other side.
The perfect barricade spot.
And then they'll come over here as well. Ooh, the one problem we do have is that we haven't set it up so that they can't come out through here. So we got 4 barricades left, and that's all we needed. So now they are forced to run all the way around, all the way down here. We've got ourselves a chest, costs 1 point for a couple of skulls. That's actually pretty good. And now we can put down the traps. So again, it's going to be only organic. We are on low difficulty, like we mentioned. And as soon as we get the thread that we are looking for, I want to show you exactly what it is that I'm talking about. There is actually, I don't know if it's a bug, but there's definitely something going on the game that isn't supposed to be happening. And I want to show you guys that I'm experiencing. So let's see what happens. We're going to put poison plants absolutely everywhere except for where the briar trap can grow. So we'll get the briar trap to grow along this area over here. For now, we'll just put a whole bunch of the traps over here. Again, we can always move them. Remember, they are traps that you can put down and remove at any stage. So for now, monsters only spawn from here, so that seems to be a good thing. And then because it's organic traps only, we're only using these 3 traps. So let's see what happens. Alright, we do have to deal with that though. But we are on low difficulty, so it will disappear very quickly.
Recharging my scepter.
Okay. Alright, we don't want to actually defeat them until after they've stepped on our trap, because we need them to do the most amount of damage to themselves on the briar trap to make it grow. There we go, it's already started growing. Fantastic. I don't even think we need to shoot the enemies, we just need a hard to get the briar trap to grow. Because I mean, look how much damage is already being dealt to them. And if the briar trap grows, then we're in a good spot. Okay, you did not get hurt at all for some odd reason. But yes, so the traps in our inventory do make sense. We're trying to get that this wall trap over here is going to actually be a floor trap. But that's what the bug is. Here we go, briar trap damage is increased by 50% to poisoned enemies. That is fantastic. Still the same doors are opening over here. But we will start setting up stuff so that when these guys come, they will take damage, and that's of course going to hopefully be the briar trap spreading down all this way, and then we can have all the poison plants again down here and around here, and then also dropping the beehives and things like that, because they explode on their launch. I'm hoping that enemies run along the sides here, and then they'll run along these sides as well. So let's see what happens. Just put them along. Yeah, that's exactly what we want them to do. Perfect. It's quite funny how it works out the way you want it to. And then I have a feeling they're going to land up running across this side. We did make a little bit of a boo-boo there, so we'll fix that up. It's going to be 1 trap, 1 trap, 1 trap. So we can actually sort that out by doing that. Hello. Cool story. Okay, perfect. Come on, just give me the trap I'm looking for. Nope. Okay, poison traps instant kill enemies that fall below 20 health while poisoned. That is fantastic. We've now got more of the enemy traps that we thought were going to be coming. So we don't need to worry about that. Do we... Where are these guys going? That way around. Okay, that's fine. So we can put poison traps over here. Like so. And we're still waiting for the Briar Trap to grow even more, which it isn't.
Not a chance.
What we are going to do is put Gabriella's number 2 down through this way. And then when we use our Q ability now, it will transfer enemies into that area. And this is why we play on a little bit of an easier difficulty, just so that we are able to actually defeat them. Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys, you cannot do this on a high difficulty. It is not going to work. Just so you are well aware of the situation. It is impossible to do this on high, maybe on 1 or 2, but you most definitely cannot do this on anything higher. There's just no way that you are going to survive long enough to get everything right. Maybe if you get all the threads, maybe on mission like 3 or 4, you'll be able to do it. But even with me being on 4, it's still not working the way that we want it to. So Pox is applied to enemies teleported. We can mesmerize basic ogres, that's fine. And we're going to go and put down some more Briar Traps so that it can grow even more. I think a good spot for it is probably here.
Can never have too many.
And then we can put more of these down.
This will be effective.
And then we can have a whole bunch of them down on the side as well. And they're not going to be affected by, the Briar Trap growing or anything like that. So at least they can hit the enemies and they're going to be out of the way. And then we've still got all, I forgot to fix this. We'll fix it next round. And let's just watch their behavior and where they run so that we can look at putting more in other places. We can actually put a whole lot of them. Where is it? There is green. I'll show you now. So there's this green roofing over here where you can put them. So if you take a look over there, you can put them all over this green area. So there's that as well, which you can use. Let's just headshot him galore. And you can see the instant death happening because that's what the 99,999 damage being done is the instant death. Very nice to see those numbers. Okay, we're going to teleport a couple. The only thing we teleported was ourselves. Fantastic. Yeah, I know we are, because we landed up being teleported instead of the enemy, because that's just the way that it worked. We need the Briar Traps to grow, otherwise it's not going to work. Okay, all traps gain 10% below. No, we're going to re-roll one more time. Floor traps cost is reduced by 25%. That's fine. We do have quite a lot of floor traps. I don't know why I felt like we had barricades over there, but anyway. We are just going to replace the floor traps immediately after selling them.
You need more floor traps.
We can actually put even more of them because it doesn't look like the Briar Traps are growing the way that we want them to.
I think not.
So we're just going to cover the entirety of the ground. with the floor traps, that's going to help us. We can put a couple more. We can put another one over there. This one needs to be fixed, so go over there. There we go. We get an extra one. Do they run along the side at all still? They actually run along this side, so we can go and put some beehives over here. And that's going to help with that. There's no reason to put them on that side either, so that's fine. We can pop some under here. And we can pop some more poison plants because that's what the point of this is. So let's go and do that. The more poison we have, the more damage. And let's get started.
Right, everyone, ready up.
Maybe they dropped something for us? No. Okay, so the briar trap is growing, at least in this area. And then in this area it is growing slowly, but there's no poison here yet. So we actually need to maybe put some poison plants up here so that the enemies are poisoned while or before they step on the briar trap. So we can do that. Just get them to be poisoned before anything happens with the briar traps. This guy can get destroyed. Thank you very much. And now we're just going to aim straight down there and shoot. Flyers or something we have to just be careful of. And some enemies that are not poisoned. Okay, that troll should be defeated. I don't feel like the beehives do enough damage. I feel like they could do so much more. But they're just not doing the massive amounts of damage I want them to be doing. Alright, there we go. And just this guard left. Fantastic. So wave 6 upcoming. Let's see what happens. Still don't get what we're looking for. Pox increases the damage taken from traps by an additional 50%. That is a very nice upgrade to get. And then, like we mentioned, we want to try and get the enemies poisoned over here before they walk into the briar trap. So we're going to put a whole bunch of poison traps down here. And we can put some more over here so that they are actually poisoned before they walk into it. It just makes sense. Even here, because they aren't actually, you know, walking over anything. Perfecto. Maybe that was a bad idea, but at least it can grow here and then further on. But it doesn't really matter. I don't think anything else is going to get through now. We have made it to the sacred space. Yo, that scared me. Okay, there are some things that make it still, and it's the flyers, but as you can see, easy peasy. I don't think we need to apply pox to enemies anymore. I did make a mistake, and that was we took a thread over here where it made it so that Arcane Executioner or Arcane Blast deals more damage, but it no longer has the area of effect. And the thing is, it does apply pox to everything it hits, and that means that without the area of effect, it kind of just one-shots one enemy. Whereas if it had the area of effect, we would at least be able to affect every other enemy with pox in the AoE. And because we've also got the upgrade or the thread that gives it so that pox makes it so traps deal 50% more damage, it kind of didn't work out that way. But anyway, it landed up working out quite well. It was really fun to play it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.